the Wisconsin Women's Council of Realtors. And you got the minutes, the minutes from the last meeting with your agenda. So is there a motion to accept those minutes? Are there any changes that anyone wants to suggest? Seeing none, is there a motion? I guess we don't need a motion, do we? If there are no amendments or changes to the minutes, we can move ahead.
Correct.
All right, thank you. All right, so first of all, I need to tell you that we have lost our treasurer. Kim Jones has resigned, and effective immediately, we thank her for her service. And fortunately, Angela Calais has offered to step up and take over from here on in. So we're in the process now of moving the accounts over to her name. And we will, we're working with the bank and Bill Highway and such. So we appreciate both of them. I want to thank the candidate review team and the member of the year committee for their work. And you are appreciated. I want to remind you of the new member nudge. It is going on from now until the end of October. The state dues have been, we voted on it in 2021 to raise them to $30. I don't know if the state or if the national has actually started that on the website. It's been brought to their attention and people are looking into it, but I think until they actually change it, we'll just have to go with whatever comes up, because just last week we picked up 3 more members for Madison. Speaking of Madison, I want to congratulate them on the Swire conference that they had this past week. It was excellent. And it was very well attended as well. And I saw a few faces there. I have a reminder for you that national affiliates, right now, national affiliates are able to just go online and sign up as a national affiliate. And there isn't any follow-up as far as, are they a member of their local realtor association? So that is, and it turns out a lot of people didn't even know that that was a thing. So this is a reminder to all of the local networks that your national affiliates must belong to their local realtors association. And it will be your responsibility to check on that and make sure that they are members. We're kind of trying to, clean up the backlog, but, I didn't realize that there were people who weren't aware of that information. We've taken on 9 new members since the beginning of June. Excellent. We are totally, as of today, we are up to 111 members. What's cool about this is that before COVID, we were at 120. During COVID, we were down to 80. We're now we're up to 111. So, with a good push, we could get up to 120 by the end of the year. So that's pretty exciting. Network affiliations, you probably all know, but they have to be filled out and signed by the president-elect, your new president-elect. Okay, basically what it is, because I've received network affiliation agreements from the presidents, but it has to come from the president-elect. This is according to the regional liaison meeting that we had today. Because what this is, it's the network, they are coming in as the new network leader, and they are saying, yes, I will abide by these rules and by the branding, guidelines and all of that. So even if you've already turned in your network affiliation agreement, and I know we're all in the process of doing elections right now. So as soon as you have your elections and you notify national of your new officers, please have your president-elect fill out the agreement, the affiliation agreement.
And Mary, those are due by September 30th, is that correct?
I don't have it in front of me, but yes, I can't confirm or deny.
Okay, I'll check that and add that to the minutes.
Yes, thank you. But we have one other thing that I learned about today is we were talking about all the scams that are coming through. And it's what people are doing is they're going to the WCR website, which anybody can get into. Hopefully everybody on this call is able to use the website now and access it. If you aren't able, for whatever reason, please contact me and we can go through that, because you don't even have to be a member to be able to use the website. And what they are doing is they're looking up the officers for the local networks. And what's really creepy now is they are sending, before it was, I'm in a meeting, I'm busy, would you please pay this bill for $3,000? I'm sorry, I forgot about it. And ask you to send money. And it looks like it's coming from the president to the treasurer. Now what they're doing is sending invoices. So you have to be very careful and make sure your treasurer knows not to pay anything until they've clarified with their president on the board to make sure that that is a legitimate invoice. So that is my report. Thank you. And Sherry, would you like to go on next?
Sure. A couple of things. First of all, I want to reiterate, I wasn't able to attend Swire because I was out of town, but I heard great things about it. So I know the Madison Network works so hard on putting that together. So they really did a great job and went way above and beyond. And it was a fantastic event. So thank you for everyone that was able to support that. I also want to thank some people who have just gone way above and beyond this year. Mary, I know you have a lot on your plate, and there's been a lot of changes and a little turmoil and crazy stuff we've had to deal with. So thank you for all your hard work. And I want to thank Mo as well. She's really stepped up and done a lot of work this year. So I'm super grateful for all of her help. And Leah, everything that you've done to get Fox Valley back on track, you're just amazing. We're so lucky to have you. And I'm so excited about you serving on the board with us next year. So thank you so much to all of you for all your hard work. I know everybody's worked hard, but I just wanted to recognize a few people that I've personally been working with and know how much time and effort and energy they've put into WCR. And of course, we can't forget about Sarah Whitley. Sarah, you are the bomb. You just know everything, do everything. We're so lucky to have you. So thank you. You totally deserve the Member of the Year award. And just God bless you for everything you do to keep us on track. So thank you. I just wanted to say that for those ladies. And then also a reminder that we have the PMN class at the WRA convention this year. It's going to be a great class. If you're not signed up for it, please sign up for it. It's going to be fantastic. And we're really looking forward to that. We'd like to do more things like this, but I know we're kind of low on registration. So it's something that we have to kind of consider, you know, if it's worthwhile, if we can get enough people to attend that class. And then also concurrently, WCR National is running the PMN promotion where you can get your PMN designation at a discount. So great time to take advantage of that if people don't have their PMN yet. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And then one thing from Network 360 that I just wanted to share with everyone that's going to be changing for next year is the candidate review team and the process. So essentially now there's no, I think they're even changing the name of it, and I apologize that I don't remember what the new committee is going to be. However, traditionally in the past, the committee has put forth the candidates, a slate of candidates that they recommend, and anyone can run from the floor. And that is changing. So the structure of that and the duties of that committee will now be just to confirm that anybody that wants to run for a position is qualified. They meet the requirements and they're qualified. So there's not going to be a slate of candidates put forth, and there won't be people technically running from the floor anymore. It'll just be anybody that wants to run for treasurer, as long as they, you know, make the list, they're on the slate of candidates. So that's something new that'll be changing. I'll give you more updated information as that goes into effect, but that will become effective in 2023. And I think that's all for now.
Hey, thank you.
Can you tell me which PMN class you're going to be having at convention?
It's the one about presentations. Sam Powell is the instructor, and it's called, what's the actual name
Cultivating
of it?
confidence.
Patients, powerful
Yeah.
presentation.
Powerful presentations. So, you know, it's a little bit about, you know, public speaking.
Mhm.
At the same time, I think there's takeaways in there for anybody, just in how we do our presentations, our listing presentations, our buyer consultations, you know, any kind of, you know, public speaking or committee leading or anything like that. I think anyone can really benefit from the class. I heard great things about it, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I have too. Who here is going to be in that class? I am.
Yeah, I'm registered for it.
Yeah. Okay. So there's still room and you can still get into it.
Yeah, I've taken it already, so I'm not.
Oh, you have that one. Okay, good. And it doesn't matter if you have your PMN, you can always, you know, brush up your skills. The next on the agenda is the treasurer's report, but due to the fact that we just had this turnover last week, we're going to present the treasurer's report at the next meeting, which, by the way, is in 2 weeks, October 2nd. It will be the Sunday night at 5:30 after the PMN class in that same room. So if you're not in the PMN class, you can still look at the program and see where the class is. That's where the meeting will be. Okay. And we'll have the budget all up to date then. I do know that state has agreed to purchase some Birdie devices, which is a safety device. And Leah, maybe you can talk more about that. We have ordered 15 of them from the state, and we're going to give them to anybody who signs up as a new member at the conference.
Let me interject here, Mary. So we may not have them. I'm just gonna let you know, and I alerted you guys to this last week via email. The wholesale site that I'm ordering from I'm in discussions with them about approving us as a wholesaler here in Fox Valley. I have a reseller's license from the state along with a tax number so that I have the credentials, but fair.com, which is the wholesaler, is struggling trying to identify what kind of store we are, because we're not really a store. So they're struggling with it and they have not approved. And at this time, they actually canceled our order,
Aw,
which is a big pain in the neck, with an ASS on the end of that. And like I said, I'm still working through that. I'm hoping to get it so that we can get that order back in place and that we have everything in place for convention. If I don't show up with them, we still have a discount code. So we'll still be able to promote the product. It's just that people will have to order it on their own. We can also order a few to give away if we want to, but they're going to be at that discount rate and it's not going to be as cheap. So the difference is about $15 a piece. So that's just a quick update. I'll keep you guys posted via email on what's happening with that as I work through this with that website. So.
okay. The other item is that the booth has been paid for with electricity. So that's $680.
Oh.
That's what it costs. Yeah. So that's, but we'll have all the details for the October 2nd meeting. Marla, do you want to report on anything that's going on with the state liaison?
I don't have much to report on as state liaison, but it is certification time. So all of the local networks should be working on getting that report filled out. And if they have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to help take care of anything, but it really is, you know, based on a lot of things going on within your network, things like that. So I'm here to help. And that is due, I believe, by September 30th.
Yeah, yeah,
So we're in the final stretch here.
good. Who's finished with theirs? Anyone? Who started with theirs? We're started a little bit, just a skosh. All right. Next item is Standing Rules and Bylaw Committee. And I hope that Sarah Anderson would be here, but you got the state bylaws and the standing rules that the committee came up with, and they were attached to your agenda. Did everybody get to see that?
Yes.
You see them? Yeah. Okay. So this is when we can, if we have a motion to approve them.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Now, discussion. I know that as president, I'm supposed to be, stay out of the conversation, but I do want to suggest one more change to the bylaws or to the standing rules. And that is changing the date when the Member of the Year award needs to be reported to the WRA. In the past, it said August 15th, and we didn't know what year, what was that referring to? Was it, and now we know that it was attached to when the, letting them know in time for the WRA convention, but they need to know anything that they're going to put on the program has to be there by the, end of spring, beginning of summer, so that they have all that information. So I want to propose that we notify WRA of our Member of the Year by June 1st of the year that person has been elected Member of the Year. So right now we've been a year off. And so it's been very confusing. Like Sarah becomes member of the year, she's going to be recognized on at the state convention, right, on Monday at the lunch. But but she got it. It was announced last October. So what we want to do is move it to, so it's all on the same year. Is there a motion?
We're in the middle of a motion and
Oh, okay.
I don't accept that amendment.
Oh, okay.
I would really can't propose it's not appropriate, but I'd rather just do away with the member of the year. It just seems it caused too much turmoil. So I think my motion stands to approve the standing rules and bylaws as they are written. And if that needs to be revisited at another time, then it needs to be revisited at another time.
Fair enough. All those in favor? So the motion is to approve the standing laws, standing rules and the bylaws as they are written. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so the motion passes. Thank you. So Tricia and Sarah Whitley worked on the candidate review team. And I want to thank you for your work. Would you like to announce the slate of officers?
Sure, it's also posted, but Sherry White will automatically become president. Monica Ramsey is our president-elect. Thank you, Monica. Leah Marsh will be our first vice president. Thank you, Leah. Sarah Anderson, our state liaison, and Angela Kelly for treasurer. And thank you, because that's a big job.
Thank you.
And,
Shh, don't tell her that. No.
oh, actually, I don't think it's that big of a job.
Okay.
I see you smiling, Angela.
I heard it was only 10 hours a month, possibly at the max.
So can we, since there are no opposing and there's nobody else running, we can do this with just a motion to accept and to approve these candidates. Is there a motion?
Motion to accept.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Was that from Gail?
That was from Gail.
Did you make that? Okay, thanks.
Second.
Amanda seconds. Okay, so it's been proposed. The motion on the floor is to accept the slate of candidates as stated. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
No opposed? Okay, so the motion carries and our new officers have been elected. Thank you all very much. It's a great thing.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next item on the agenda is the WRA convention. And I just wanted, okay, we already mentioned the PMN class that is on Sunday. We are still going to have a board meeting on Sunday night because there's still business that we need to accomplish, such as getting a treasurer report and getting our committees, the mandatory committees set up for next year. But, and then the membership meeting is on the 3rd, on Monday at 5:30. And they will tell us what room it's in. And that is going to be a little more informal, but it's still going to be a meeting and we still have business to accomplish because we have to get volunteers for, we need member volunteers for some of the committees. And we want to acknowledge our new officers at all of the local networks. Okay, as well as the state.
Sherry, what time did you say that membership meeting is at 5?
5:30.
5:30? Okay.
Mhm.
And the board meeting is on the 2nd, you said, a Sunday?
Yes, Sunday the
what
2nd
and
at
what time is it?
5:30. At
Okay.
5:30.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mary, I have a
Chrissy?
question.
Yes.
Can you clarify when the new governing board is going to start their term?
Yes, they
And what will
start
happen, and what will happen in the interim?
in the interim. The current board will do the job. Will be, will be functioning. The new board starts as of November 15th. It's like the Tuesday after NAR convention is over. But the current board will still stay on till the end of the year, because the year it goes till December 31st. And so, but this is supposed to be a time now where we are, working together to make sure that for the transition, so there is a smooth handoff between the old board and the new board. So,
And Mary and I are working on dates and locations for, the retreat ahead of time to get everything transitioned. So we'll let you know that as soon as possible.
mhm. Okay. Any other questions? No? Okay. So the WRA booth committee, Sarah, can you bring us up to date on that?
Sure. So for the booth, we are kind of doing a neon theme because it's, what is it called? Light Up the Night or something. And so we actually have, I'm waiting for pictures from Milwaukee, but I got pictures from Madison and the Fox Valley of it's why Women's Council, like why is that individual in Women's Council, like one word. And it's individuals' pictures. I have I'm going to do a slideshow that's going to be playing in the background of all these pictures instead of like the national videos, because you can't really hear at the conference. So people are saying why our local people are choosing to be members of Women's Council, because the WRA is truly meant as a membership drive. We just want to try to get as many members as possible. We're also going to have the QR code so people can just go directly on their phones if they want to sign up to be a member. We have information about the nudge. So if they join by the end of October, they get the rest of the year. And then we have some other little fun things we're going to have there. And you already mentioned the birdie thing, but we might not be doing the birdie thing. So, yeah, which is totally fine. But that's what we do need volunteers. Mary sent out a sign up on Sign Up Genius. And I
Leah sent it out.
Yeah, Leah sent that.
Well, and then Mary sent it also out through MailChimp to everybody. And then I know Madison resent it out, and then Milwaukee was resending it out because it seemed like a lot of people didn't get it. So so hopefully we're hoping to have 3 people work the booth at a time. And if you can wear a neon color to stand out, that'd be great. Our booth is really close to where the chairman's reception is going to be. So just to integrate some more conversation, get people more involved in Women's Council would be great. So try to get more members at convention. So
Can I quick interject? Sorry, Sarah,
Sure.
I want to piggyback on the sign up thing. So as of yesterday, we still have a lot of slots available. I did send it out yesterday to everyone I knew in my contact list from Women's Council. So you might have been like, how come I got this email from Leah? But we would appreciate if you can sign up, great. If you can't be there, if you could help us. We have historically had we have struggled to get those booth slots filled. And I'm going to tell you what, when we have dynamic people at that booth that can share their stories with other realtors, we do way better. There's going to be a core of us that are going to be available most of the time, but we don't, obviously we don't want to work the whole thing, but you know, if you can even do an hour or something, we would really appreciate it, because you are very valuable to those new members that don't know anything about Women's Council. Like I said, we are very successful when we have a good dynamic mix of people at that booth, and we do get people to sign up. So it's super important for us. And if, like I said, if you can share that, you know, on your social media or wherever you want to share it, we'd sure appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. So the next item on the agenda is the Member of the Year Committee. And I believe you got a letter yesterday. And Sarah, do you want to say a word about that?
You want me to read the letter that you sent?
Is there anybody who did not get the letter? No, everybody got the letter, so you don't have to reread it. They've all seen it.
Okay. It's just that the executive board had decided that the 2023 Member of the Year just be decided in January, and that we're gonna get a new group of people, well, existing and maybe additional people to be on the committee. So we'll just resend out applications at the beginning of the year for Member of the Year.
Okay. All right, thank you.
How did that come about? Because the committee had made a recommendation and it was a unanimous decision. And all of a sudden we got this letter saying somebody changed their mind that we're not doing this anymore, going ahead with what we decided as a committee. How did that happen?
There was, I'll speak to that. Okay, Sarah. There were a couple of irregularities with the process. One is that according to the bylaws, all voting has to be in person. And that didn't happen. The other thing is that the nominations should come through the local governing boards. So if anybody can suggest someone, but they take it to the governing board and have the governing board submit the name. And that didn't happen either. So, and that's in the standing rules. So we decided that and because the dates are all changing and it's just like, we just decided to table it for now, pick it up again in January. The current committee is welcome to stay on if they want to. And if they don't want to, that's up to them. And then but there will be a few extra people, you know, because all of the networks were really represented either. So that's the plan. And we just felt like it was.
How was that decided?
It was the executive committee of the state board. And our question was what is best for Women's Council? And we thought this was best for the Women's Council. So that's why we decided to go that way. Moving on, Angela, do you want to talk about the LID committee, leadership, identification and development?
We did have a meeting. And the meeting, it's extremely early in the year of how this process goes. We just finished up the past year. 2 applications were submitted. And as far as I know, those 2 people have not heard anything from National. We talked about what we're going to do moving forward as far as getting systems in place for identifying leaders at our local network and starting the process sooner in the year. I sent out some resources to everybody on the committee of things that can be shared at meetings as far as what Women's Council offers and why it's important to get involved on the national level. So we don't actually have to really start doing anything until spring. But we're just trying to get those things in place now so that we're not scrambling at the last minute.
Good. And there was a question about if you're on the committee, can you apply? And I don't see that there's any problem with that. We can have 7 candidates. And that is what one of the things that committee would have to do is sort through the candidates and pick out 7. Well, we're not worried about that because we had 2 this year out of our 100 members. So we need to make sure people understand what it is and get the word out earlier. But I don't, anyone who is interested, please apply for it because it's a good process and it's worthwhile. And if you've done it once, you have to do it again every year that you are interested because your resume changes and maybe your circumstances change. And, last year you wanted to do it and this year you can't. So that's why it's renewable every year. So.
Mary, I have a question, and I don't know if Angela can answer this or who knows the answer. She had said that nobody had heard from National yet. When it gets submitted, who does it get submitted to? Is it just through the online portal or is there actually a person that is in charge of that? And is there any way that we can follow up with that person? Would it be our regional liaison or who would be the person that we could follow up with?
It would be our regional liaison, and I can look into that. All I got as president was a list of names. That's all I got. And it goes in on a jot form. And
Okay.
Unless you take a screenshot of your jot form, it's lost, it's gone once you submit. So you really have to get a copy of that for yourself. But I'll carry that up because it was something we talked about today as well. And they're working on it, on how to make the process more easier to access and to get the word out more. But, I find that we all pretty much are getting we're all having the same issue of trying to attract people to leadership positions. It's the same thing across the board. So it is, this is one of the parts of that process of trying to encourage people to get involved and to take on, a bigger role in the organization. Okay, what about, is there any more discussion on that? No? Okay. Sherry, can you talk about the installation project team?
Yes. So we have been meeting fairly regularly to get our installation plan for the state and Milwaukee network, which we're doing together. It's going along really, really well. We have a Roaring 20s theme. We have a DJ. We have a photo 360 booth. We have Corey Lamont and Jennifer Lindsley are going to MC the event. Marky Lemons is going to be our speaker. We have Leah, you're doing the actual, or who's doing our installation? I forgot. Sorry, who is it, Monica?
Well, it'll be, I talked to Jennifer and they
Jennifer
are
is going to do the installation.
and the installation. They're going to work it out between
Okay.
the two. Mhm.
Yeah, so
Because they
everything's
have- yeah,
going great. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
because is one of the people being installed, so she can't do the
Yeah.
installation.
Oh, that's
That's right. Okay.
Sorry. We didn't think about it.
As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like,
Yeah.
wait, she can't. Like,
Yeah,
who are we
yeah.
doing that now?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's going to be a great event. We have everything out on Eventbrite now, posted on our Facebook page. And everything's going really, really well. Mo has been kicking butt and getting our
Yes,
sponsors, man.
She has.
She's got $4,000 already of sponsorship lined up, and she did that
Go, Mo.
single-handedly.
Yes.
She's like, hey, is anybody else looking for sponsors? So we all
Yeah.
need to get on it.
Right.
So yeah, it'll be a great event, super fun. We're looking forward to it, and we'll be meeting again soon to wrap things up.
What's the date on that again?
That's
December.
Thursday, December 8th.
Oh, okay.
And it's at the Renaissance West Milwaukee, which is on Mayfair Road in Wauwatosa, right?
Sure. I'll be in Hawaii, so
Okay.
Isn't it?
Oh, okay.
I'll think of you.
Darn.
It's close
Yeah.
to Brookfield. It's close. And it
We
there
do
are
have a room
rooms.
block as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get a room and plan to just relax and enjoy yourself for the evening, and it'll be good.
And question, when is going to be the next meeting for the installation committee?
We haven't set it yet. I sent out an email yesterday, but I haven't gotten a response yet. So hopefully next week sometime.
Gosh, okay, all right.
Okay. Now we're running short on time, but can we hear from the local networks? Leah, can you tell us what Fox Valley is up to?
Sure. It looked like Amanda had to run to a doctor's
Yeah,
appointment.
she had to leave.
So,
Right.
so real quick, we're at 20 members. We are going to be adding a couple more. We've been
Yay.
fairly successful with the nudge so far. People are
Wow.
just getting their ducks in a row. So we should be out of the woods as far as shutting down this year. We have a realtor safety event coming up next week, Thursday. Stuart Title is going to be co-hosting along with the Beverly Carter Foundation to give us a presentation. We're having an Appleton police officer come in and talk about safety tips, and we'll have our elections then next week. We have 2 people running unopposed, so it's going to be pretty simple. We have our own installation this year. We have done, collaborations in the past, but since we're sort of almost all a new group, we decided to do our own installation and really, really party it up. That's going to be on October 27th, right before Halloween. It's a masquerade ball, formal, at North Shore Country Club. If any of you guys do want to come, we can send you an invite. Just let me know, just reach out, and okay, Sarah, we'll send those out. We're still finalizing our band. So we don't have that all put together, but it will be a nice time. So that's basically what I have in a nutshell. We've had a lot of good ideas this year, and we're going to have a full board next year. So it's all good.
Excellent.
Yay.
Okay. Now, Connie, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you want to say a little about what Madison Metro is up to?
Well, thank you. I mean, I wasn't prepared to say much, but what we do have is we have a launch and learn on September 29th, I believe. So we're gonna have that
next Thursday,
and we have the installation like last year will be December. I'm not sure. I mean, I know the event committee is planning on the, where is that gonna be? I'm not sure. Is it gonna be the same location as last year? But Sandy and Marcy, I'm working on that.
Okay. And I just want to reiterate, the Swire conference was amazing. It was really amazing. You guys knocked it out of the park. And I know you all worked very hard on it. So, and that was just this past week.
Yes, thank you.
I see that Amanda had to leave, so we don't have a report on Milwaukee. Unless somebody else wants to fill us in.
Mo is logged in. I don't know if she's actually on the call, but she is logged in on her phone.
Mo, do you want to say a few words
Oh,
about
there she is.
what Milwaukee is up to? I know you didn't prepare something, but just a quick summary. I know it's hard on the phone to get to the, turning your audio on, your mic on and off. It's very different from on a computer. If you want to
I
say,
was trying to unmute myself.
yeah, I know it's hard.
Yeah. And my car, I was connected to my car, so it wouldn't let me unmute myself. I'm trying to get my volume up because I can't hear you guys. We had elections. So we got our new board in place. Far as we don't have any events coming up, really. We had casino night scheduled for November, but can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay. But we don't have any money. So we are not gonna do casino night. We all voted and decided to do something different for our strategic partners, just like a happy hour, something that's not gonna cost, because again, we have no money. And that's all I got. I don't know if we've gained any new members or not, because nobody's, reported it. So, and I haven't checked. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sorry for being late. I apologize. My listed appointment went way over.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that concludes our meeting. Is there any, are there any announcements or reminders that anyone has to share? National Convention is coming up. I hope you're all going to be there. You can still apply to go. So seeing none other, I'd say the meeting is now adjourned. The next meeting will be on October 2nd at 5:30. All right. And the meeting's adjourned at 2.
Can I ask?
Yes, Angela.
Sorry, it's not an official meeting thing or anything. You can still adjourn. I'm just wondering, is there anything scheduled for, oh, thank you. Is there anything scheduled for Wisconsin get together or anything at National?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, are we planning on putting something together or
It's
winging
nice.
it or?
Sarah Anderson usually pulls that together, but that hasn't been organized yet. But
Okay.
thank you
I'm just
for
trying
that
to put together
reminder.
my itinerary, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can talk about it when we're at WRA too, because everyone.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We
Yeah.
can throw some ideas around.
Right. Good. Excellent.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, thank you all for stopping in.
All right.
Thanks, have a good
All right.
day.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks.
day.
Bye.
Bye.